So let's talk about that. So good segue into Pulse X. So if you could talk about that buy and burn feature a little bit and why it does make Pulse X so unique and more powerful than other dexes like a Uniswap or something like that in terms of the value of the token, because the
Right.
Uniswap token really is just another like governance token. It's not
Sure.
really anything other than that. So
It's just a duct tape token that doesn't do anything. I don't think
right.
it does anything. You can't vote with it. You can't do anything with
I
it.
think you technically can vote with it, but it's like they
Well,
don't listen to you, and who cares anyway? So,
and in order to not, I don't think very many people have that much supply where the vote actually matters. So that's the problem. You have to
yeah, yeah,
the issuers have all of the voting power, so it really doesn't do anything. It's not like a DAI or a DAO to where
hmm
your smaller vote matters. You don't hold enough weight. Uh, but to answer your question, the significance of Pulse X, every time a trade is made, there's a fee. A portion of that fee gets sent back to the contract where it buys more Pulse X. Then it burns it. So it's not just a burn function, it is a buy first and then burn. So it's raising the buying pressure of the coin, and then it burns it out of supply. So
mm,
it's a constant buy pressure. Oops, we're going the wrong way. This way, buy pressure up and to the right, where as it buys and burns, it takes it out of supply and increases the value at the same time. So I forget what the volume was at one point. What we were doing. Oh, I can probably see it on here. Um, no, can't see it. Well, there's $33 million worth of volume. I think at that level, whatever the percentage is, um, we've burned 59 billion coins, but those
hmm
coins that have been burned have been bought. So it's adding to the buy pressure and the chart, which kind of holds it up there. So, this 20% that we're down right now could be a lot more dramatic have it if it weren't for the buy and burn feature.
right,
So
yeah, yeah, and it's going to help the price. I think it's going to help the price as well. Yeah, with recovery, quicker recovery like that as
mhm.
well. Too thinking in that direction. So,
Yeah, and then when
what?
things take off, that volume is going to just skyrocket it even further. So
Yes.
when we do get green candles galore, they're going to be over exaggerated because of that as well.
Exactly. So speaking of the green candles, where do you think Pulse X goes? I mean, are you even more bullish on that than your Pulse take? Which would surprise me as well, but maybe you're full of surprises tonight. I don't know.
Full of surprises, but no, I don't think so. I think we could hit 1/100th of a tenth of a penny,
hmm
though. Maybe 3/10ths of a penny. Again, I think it still holds that ratio of about 3 to 1, right? So, if that's the case and Pulse does get to a penny, then I could easily see Pulse X getting to a third of a penny each.
Right. So like
Point 0.003.
yeah, so like a 300x basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Is right, yeah. So yeah, that's more in line. It's still more aggressive than I would say and want to plan for.
Mm.
But again, it's one of those things where like the last bits of a bull cycle, absolutely crazy things happen and stuff can really
Oh,
run,
yeah.
you know. So yeah, I'm not I wouldn't rule out any of this stuff. I just am not going to project for it because I was thinking more like in the 100x range, which isn't really that far off of what you're saying, I guess. Well, it is three times less, but it still shows that if you are aggressive right now, the most conservative projections, like what we would consider a disappointment, I guess you would say, if you're aggressive enough, would still be absolutely crazy and outperform most of crypto right now. over this bull cycle. So,
Yeah.
Clifton Lewis, that's a name I recognize from the past. Clifton,
Uh-huh.
what's he got going on here?
Greeting, gents and chat. Got to say, there's so many moving parts to the situation. It's easy for people to get FUD and make bad moves. You got that right, Clifton.
Yeah.
A lot of people take their eye off the prize. They make bad decisions. The one saving grace in Hex that we had that helped the price go up so much, that 10,000X that we did, was the staking feature. People locked their coins up. They couldn't touch them. We don't have that yet in Pulse or Pulse X, but there is supposed to be single-sided staking coming to Pulse X. It's one of the things that was on the test net. So again, it takes a little bit of pressure off. However, you're not locked up with a penalty like you were in Hex. So you can lock and unlock them. So yeah, but either way, you're right. People do just make bad decisions all the time. Every day of their life, usually they make a bad decision or two. Not to say that crypto is any different. So yeah, and when there's this many moving parts and people think they're smarter than the other guy sitting across the screen, it usually doesn't always work out very well for people. So yeah, they make bad moves. A lot.
There's a lot to do. I memean, there's a lot on Pulse X to get into and a lot to do. And even this isn't the most colossal mistake, but a lot of people out there are just, because these prices are fluctuating so much right now, constantly rotating from Pulse back into Pulse X, back into Pulse, maybe into Hex or something like that. And you don't want to do that either, because while that may not be wrecking yourself as badly as getting in on a rug pull or something, I mean, you could just be, number one, you're paying fees. Not that it's that much money right now, but you're just continuously, you're likely just losing your bag on each transaction, and behind the actual move. So
yeah,
we've talked about this already before and talking about a portfolio for this ecosystem, but it's why I just want to own them all. You don't have to necessarily own them all equally, but I just want to have everything. And maybe if things get significant, you can rotate them. Like, Pulse has been, it's funny to say this because Pulse X is below SAC price, but Pulse has been more the thing to buy lately, I think, because that ratio of those two has gotten tight. I mean, even though Pulse X is everything's down now, but it's been almost 1 to 2 lately.
Yeah.
Or 1 to 2.5. The highest we've seen that ratio is 1 to 4. Now, contrastly, if you ever saw like a 1 to 7 or something like that, which may never happen, but if you did, that would be like, I may want to rotate some Pulse into Pulse X because it's really starting to get away from you.
Yeah, and then when that ratio closes back down, which we know it will, because of the bonded liquidity, will bring it back together. There's going to be opportunities for some of these little ratios that get out of whack to take advantage of. Once it gets back together, then you could get back out and have more than you had before of both things. So yeah. I mean, there are going to be opportunities. You just really have to pay attention to what they are, and factor in the fees too while you're doing it. Don't forget that.
HexPassiveIncome.com. My friend Crypto Coffee has created what I think is probably the best course for a new cryptocurrency investor. Not only that, but these courses usually charge an arm and a leg. Crypto Coffee is only charging $200. I think right now he actually has a discount for $150. I have a link below in the description. If you are new to crypto, do not understand Hex and how it works, click the link below. It's a quick, easy course. He only gives you the basics. I personally, myself, have thought about creating an intro to crypto course in the past. I don't think there's any reason to do so because Matt, Crypto Coffee, has already taken care of that. And I don't think anything needs to be added by anybody else. So check it out. The link is in the description, and sign up to Hex Passive Income today.